baby. Tell me this was it. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It's Monday, y'all. Moon day. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? I just want to see who want to kick it with me for a little bit. Just a little bit. And get into some of these energy shifts. What's up, James? You. Listen, we got a whole nother sector of solar energy coming for us. Like, this is like a rolling, not a stopwatch. This shit don't never stop. It's 12-12. Shout out to Divine Numbers 3-3. So we have a lot of energy moving around us right now, and it's not going to stop. It's only going to keep ramping up. The Schumann looks pretty good today, pretty chill, but it's not going to last because we just had another solar flare erupt and it headed towards our planet. And I just think it's pretty wild that we got all of these, all of this solar energy hitting us, and nobody's talking about it because it is truly changing the molecular structure of Earth and all of her inhabitants. Like, it's pretty intensive, and there's really nothing we can do about it. But shout out to the great solar flash, right? If you've ever followed the awakening map, y'all know what I'm talking about, the awakening map. It details, it's a big, I'm gonna go get some receipts. Y'all hold on real quick. I wanted to go get my receipts, okay? All you need. Alberto, you always say that. I hope you find somebody to love you properly, boo. I do. All right, so what I was talking about was this big solar energy that we're being hit with. And I just wanted to discuss a little bit about the awakening map. Because if you have not got, if in 2020 and 2022, you weren't tapped into the conspiracy community and how we were looking at all of these charts and maps, you was missing out, man, because what a time that was. I actually kind of miss, all of the knowledge and stuff that was being released to us in 2020 to 2022, because that was some good stuff. Like, they not dropping hits like that no more, because now we have access to all of this understanding, and so it's not as exciting as it once was. Okay, let's see, can I all right, the great solar flash between 2019 to 2023 to 2024. This is a part of the Great Awakening map and all of the different portions that go into it, and the Great Solar Flash being one of them, being one that they knew was coming. Is going to be produced by a lot of solar flares, as we are seeing now, as the sun is releasing energy onto the earth, and it's going to create a flash. Okay, and it's on the way. We right on time between 2019 to 2023 to 2024. I do believe it was broken up into sectors, right? Because we had a whole sector, I would say 2019 to 2020, and then 2021 and 2022, and now we're in 2023 to 2024, where the solar energy is not stopping. It is a rolling, not a stopwatch. This shit don't never stop. And I just find it to be super interesting that, hold on, so many people aren't aware of this great map that details so much. You can find it, the Great Awakening map. The Great Solar Flash is a huge shift on there. The secret space programs are detailed. The Anunnaki, what's going on the slave colonies in Mars, what was happening on the moon. All of these things are detailed here on this map. It goes deep into the awakening process for humanity. It even details about DMT, ayahuasca, psilocybin, using the medicine of the earth to awaken the masses on the map as well. But I just wanted to get into the sun, right? Because it's a big deal. We're really feeling this solar energy shift, and it's pretty damn dope. All right. Prepare for the Great Solar Flash is on here. Survivors of the Great Solar Flash will depend on mental and spiritual state. That's why us really moving in unison as a collective is so important right now, because the sun is a cosmic web. It's also a Stargate portal, and the Great Solar Flash will be coming from the sun. And I'm not sure I don't know this for sure because, you know, these are things that we're learning, but I wouldn't be surprised if Earth was sucked through a Stargate portal from the sun. And this is why all of this energy is being dispersed on us now to get us prepared for that. And this is nothing to be afraid of because we already know these things are happening, right? And for those of us who are in preparation for Ascension, this is just like, okay, good. Let's go. I get excited when we get solar flares. I get excited when, you know, we get a lot of heavy energy from the sun because that's me knowing that we're on our way. So I just thought that was cool to share with you all today. Ain't really too many people up in here. Y'all ain't really kicking it with me like I need y'all to kick it with me. But I just wanted to say great morning, great rising. Happy new day. Yeah. And go find this map and research it. It's pretty dope. It takes you on a rabbit hole if you didn't get into this during, you know, lockdown. Because the first time I saw this was during COVID. And it took me on a wild ride. So this is definitely a rabbit hole for you to check out if you are into understanding some of the secrets of the universe that are being revealed to us right now. It's so much on this map. It really is. Okay? Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. That's all I came to share, though. I don't really want nothing. Hey, Goddess, what you get? You know you've been on my mind. You good, girl? Happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday to you, sis. How are you feeling? But yeah, we are in another shift energy. And if you were with me on live yesterday, I was discussing this. And you know, these solar flare shifts are going to keep coming, and each is a wave of enlightenment for those who are ready to receive it. So if you're going through these past few weeks, January and February, we got hit with a whole lot of solar energy. The Schumann resonance was crazy, and we may have felt like we were on a bit of a roller coaster. It can feel like you can't grasp onto reality because it's shifting and moving so quick, and that's okay. That's something we're all going through. And when you know what's going on around you, it makes it easier to process it when it comes about, right? There's nothing worse than going through some cosmic shift and not being aware. You are going to feel absolutely nutty. Okay, you're going to feel like you don't know nothing and everything is left. It's because it is. We are shifting into a realm that we've never been into before. So it's new and it feels different. And it can be a little scary, but it also can be exciting, right? This can be extraordinarily exciting time. You haven't been able to get out of bed sleeping all day. It's okay. We're in the middle of a huge solar storm right now. So I get it. Getting out of bed was hard for me today, too. I had to push it. Me coming on live was me giving myself a push. Because if you left it up to me, I'd still be in that bed. But I made this good coffee. And I ain't playing. Great things are taking place. The images of Madonna are showing up in the land of Jordan in the back. I'd love to see that. There's a lot of, you know, messages being sent to us as a collective. And I think that's pretty cool that we're catching up onto them now. And we're no longer afraid. You know, at this point, the truth can really be revealed to us in its entirety because we're no longer afraid. And in my Patreon this morning, if you are not a Patreon member, go join because I'll be doing some cool stuff over there. I dropped 2 books that I've been reading as of lately that have really been helping me understand things like galactic genetics. That are really helping me understand what has been going on in the galactic wars from the past 2020 to 2022, because we all intuitively felt like there was something going on, and there was, and this book details exactly what was going on. Y'all know I like a good book. I love a good book. And it even talks about one of the things in this book that I thought was really cool, especially for the Anunnaki lovers and the Anunnaki followers. It's 12/21 and 11 people up in here. That's my birthday, and it's 11/11. Okay. That's my life path and my birthday showing up on my screen. I can appreciate that. Now it's 12/21/12. Okay. Paying attention to the numbers recently. But one of the things that I thought was really cool was in the book, it was describing the tribunal for Enlil. So when we talk about the Anunnaki, we talk about the Anunnaki brothers, Enki and Enlil, being 2 separate entities, actually being half brothers, not even being from the same source. Same father, different mothers who had a different energy frequency. Enlil having a mother who was of a reptilian descent, so he had more of the hive mind to conquer and destroy, like a lot of the reptilians have been doing all across the galaxy, not just here on Earth, which is why it is a bigger issue than just Earth, because we don't have the technology to fight off these said kinds of attacks and haven't for several centuries. It's been about 1,000 years since the reptilians have been on this planet, really creating havoc, and interference had to, intercession had to happen. That's where we pull in, the Galactic Federation, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, and as of 2022, the Anunnaki. So in the book with Maximilian de Lafayette, where he was discussing the return of the Anunnaki in 2022, that definitely happened. And not just from his perspective, from multitudes of, galactic theorists, they all have reported that the Anunnaki returned in 2022. The difference is, when this warning of Anunnaki 2022 initially came out, the governments of the world were not wanting to side with the Anunnaki's support, right? They were so deep into the Greys manipulation and the reptilian manipulation that they were scared to make a choice that would help humanity. And so the Anunnaki pretty much said at that point, like, hey, if y'all just want to be a cesspool for chaos, I'm going to come handle you. But what happened was, and I want to say this happened in about 2021. Around that time, our government systems or secret space programs decided to then receive the help of the Anunnaki as well as the Galactic Federation. So we didn't have that big bang experience, because all they wanted the whole time was to say, hey, let us help you be a sovereign nation. Let us help you get the tools that you need, but we won't be giving you weapons like these other galactics have promised you. We will be giving you tools such as free energy, such as knowledge to sustain your people in a better way. They didn't want that though, because they was on some big greed shit. They changed their mind though. When shit started hitting the fan, they changed their mind. And that's what truly shifted us from, that particular cataclysm. Now there are more to come, but that particular one of the Anunnaki just saying, hey, we're going to take our people and destroy the rest, because that's really how they was feeling about it. They was like, y'all going to let this planet get destroyed, and we're going to take our people, our seeds, because then if you want to get into Enki and Enlil, these were brothers warring. It's very interesting stuff, especially to look at it from a different perspective, right? I think a lot of us have elevated into our own personal strength, our own personal power over these past few years, that we don't feel victimized to circumstances anymore. We start to understand the role that we play in this shift, as all of the starseeds were awakening, as all the healers and the light workers were awakening, and we just understood, listen, we got a job to do, we got to help, we have to be energy conduits, we have to hold the frequency. Like, we really shifted the trajectory of this entire planet. And I just want to give you guys kudos for that. So if you feel tired in 2023, that is okay. Because damn, we did a lot of work. And that has been the guidance that I've been really seeing for myself and a lot of the people that I work with. It is a rest period right now. If you just go through all of the stress, worry, chaos, fear, awakening that you went through in 2020, 2021, 2022, you deserve a rest in 2023. Things seem a little slow. They seem like things are moving in a different frequency that we don't quite understand, because it's new. It's new. We chose life instead of destruction. So things are shifting so that we can embark on a new frequency of life. And I'm super excited about that. A lot of us got the choice whether we wanted to stay or we wanted to leave. Multiple times. I got that option, that question asked to me earlier this year. Did I want to stay or did I want to leave? And I chose to stay. So we still in this thing. We still in this thing. And I think it's pretty amazing. And I'm just, here to remind those, if you're in a space where you're feeling a little confused, you're feeling a little lost, you're feeling a little out of sorts, you can't quite get a grip of this reality. Me too, boo. I don't know what the hell is going on. And I think the difference is I'm not going to stress about it. It's just, I'm here for the ride. If you kind of take the pressure off of yourself to be the one to solve all of the mysteries in your existence, and then move into a frequency where you understand your power in this experience to create as you so choose, and how to use the tools that are around you. When you see the Schumann resonance spiking, that's when you need to be tucking in, grounding, and focusing on which timeline you choose to be on, right? When you see certain things happening in the atmosphere, that's your cue to do certain meditations to get yourself in a higher frequency so that you can move even quicker to your desire. It's so quick to timeline jump right now. Like, trust me, I'm seeing it, I'm doing it, I'm helping other people do it, because we have the proper trajectory to do it now. And if we're not using the tools around us, it can be very scary. It can be very scary as this atmospheric shift is happening around us to feel ungrounded. Ain't nobody grounded right now. Do your best to stay as grounded as possible, because it's a little difficult, because we are in a haze of vibration that is beyond us. It is here to help us. It is not here to hurt us. And it's going to really transform, this earth as we know it, this experience as we know it. One of the things I really see falling down, and I know we're all going to be happy about this very, very soon, is the money system is going to crumble, and it's going to open up a new paradigm of exchange and trade, because that was a reptilian and Draco institution to pretty much create slavery on this planet. Money has been nothing but a tool for slavery, because we are working to get something that they are hoarding. You see what I'm saying? It's not like we don't have enough resources. It's not like there's not enough to go around. It's just an illusion to keep people trapped in the minefield of, I gotta go work harder, I gotta go do more, I gotta go earn more, when that ain't even what it's about, because there is more than enough. There is more than enough. So lack is an illusion. And the financial system as it was designed, about them 13 families that were of draconian bloodlines who had a desire to take over our planet and to use us as chattel slavery throughout the galaxy. That's truly what the intention was. That's truly what the intention was. And so making us praise their system of resources opposed to expanding our own resources, which allows us to truly manifest anything we desire any given way, any given time. And what I'm really excited about, as far as us really, becoming a part of the Galactic Federation of the World, becoming a part of this intergalactic understanding, is that we can be entrusted with certain technology that will make it so much easier for us to create. So much easier for us to create, like they are doing in places like, the Pleiades or Tagetto or on Arcturus. Like, they have this technology that is available to them. Yes, exactly. We're really working on that. We did get accepted. So right now, there's a whole fleet of, I forgot what it's called. It's definitely in the book that I was reading. But a whole fleet of Earthlings or humans who have been accepted into this galactic treaty, which allows us to receive the technology that we need to become a more evolved world. All of this fake stuff that we are seeing that doesn't hold any weight, and a lot of us are feeling it. How are you in your world right now and just not connected to the things that once felt like you needed to be, right? You may not be connected to, the status symbols. You may not be connected to the materialism. You may be falling way far away from all of the need for greed and money and status. You might not be feeling that anymore, because none of that is really real. Again, that was a part of the draconian plan to keep us enslaved, to always keep us in a constant state of desire, always keeping us in a constant state of wanting, so that we're never truly safe within ourselves. We're never truly sound within ourselves. If you always want something else, you'll never be present. And so that keeps you on the hook to keep playing into their system. And their systems are crumbling. And I do not think it's going to be as disastrous as you think it will. I do not think that the collapse of the systems that are holding people hostage is going to be as disastrous as we think it is. I don't think so. I don't. I think it's going to be a little rough at times, but I think the other side of that is going to be so much more nourishing. We're not going to care. We went through so much in 2020, so much in 2021. We're not even phased anymore. We're not phased by the chaos, which is a good thing. Desensitizing us to the chaos is great because it allows us to be more resourceful. I mean, we survived stuff that we already didn't think we were going to survive, right? So this next level is just a next level. And, let's see. Goddess Witchy Geek said, I've been stuck. I really don't know how to get out of this sad, low vibe rep. Just feels like self-sabotage. A lot of us are going through different experiences with that, because it's very hard to snap out of our... Shut up. What? I'm so mad I read that. But it's so hard of us to get out of our programming, right? That we need to be doing certain things. If your spirit needs rest, rest. Yep, you get it, Mary Velas. It'll be a little turbulent, but we're gonna make it. And for those who are feeling stuck, those who are feeling trapped, give yourself permission to slowly just shift. Even if it is like going outside and just getting fresh air. Even if it's, taking a spirit bath and cleansing yourself. Turn all of that anxiety inward. Because when you raise your vibration, when you give yourself the love and support you need, you're going to be the main beneficiary of that. So for me, when I was going through different energy shifts where I was like very confused in the timelines, I just focused in on, taking really, really, really good showers, moisturizing my skin very well. You know, those were the things I could do to help shift my vibration, because sometimes I feel like it's a ton of bricks sitting on your chest and you can't do much. And that's just a part of it. But when we start to move past that, just slowly but surely, you will be the main beneficiary of your work for yourself. So give yourself more love. Give yourself little things, and give yourself grace. This beating ourselves up. If I had to do a whole bunch of stuff, child, I wouldn't be able to do it. If I had to, let's say, you know, get up and go to work every day, doing something that I didn't love, I wouldn't be able to do it. Okay? Listen, hey, Talia, treat yourself. And I do. Every chance I get, I do. Because it's a direct reflection of me. Anything that I do for myself, I am the main beneficiary of. So I'm going to do it. And if you can't do nothing else but grease your scalp, if you can't do nothing else but give yourself a deep body scrub and put on something that really smells good to you, so you can feel good in your body, so that you can feel good in your skin. Because I feel like sometimes when we get to that stuck place, we don't even feel comfortable in our body. That be me. Sometimes I get really confused about where I'm at and what I'm in. Like, I'm in a body, I'm very confused about this body. I don't understand it. And then we may go through a period where we're not taking care of it because we want to be separated from it, because we're having a better experience outside of our body than in our body. That's when I move into that heavy self-care. You know, Goddess Michigan, we was together. You've even been to the reef. I have used the reef as my solace for some of my weirdest days, because I was like, I really don't know what I'm doing on this planet. So I'm going to go to the spa, and I'm going to find something that feels good, and I'm going to find something that allows me to just be at peace. And I'm not going to try to fix anything, and I'm not going to try to move anything. I'm just going to ride it out. And sometimes that's your main job, to ride it out. We've ridden out so much. You've overcome so much already. Oh, girl, I know you too. I know it misses you too. Oh my God. I hope somebody is giving you some love first thing in the morning, because I definitely got some. But I'm going to block you because I don't know what you're talking about. It's weird. You ain't finna distract me with your sexual innuendos. Do what makes you feel good. Find yourself ways to really align with goodness. The goodness within you. You don't have to have all the answers, baby. None of us do. None of us do. I get grateful for when I start to see more, when I start to learn more, when I start to understand more. I'm like, okay, yay. And a lot of us, specifically those who are heavily active in 2021 and 2022, we are being put on a bit of a leave. Okay? A bit of a leave. For those of us who are really doing a lot of ascension work, a lot of grid work, a lot of energy work, we are being put on administrative leave energetically. I know I'm on one. I know I'm on an energetic leave. They were like, you need rest. So rest. And trust that things will work itself out. If you can't do nothing else, go to your ancestor altar. If you can't do nothing else, go light a candle for the team and ask them to hold you down where you don't feel like you're strong enough to continue. Ask for help. Go to your altar first. Go to your team first and be like, hey, y'all, listen. I need y'all to step in because I don't know what I'm doing. They will. Step in. Ask your team to step in for you. Ask your team to step in for you and support you while you're trying to figure out how to support yourself. Because these systems are falling. These systems are falling. It's such a false narrative, and I'm excited to see it. Brace yourself for the turbulence, but allow it to happen. When these solar flares start going off and you can't control your emotions and you can't control your feelings and all of this deep, heavy stuff is coming up with the download, so you're getting all the good and the bad, the sideways. Listen, we've been catching it. And I feel like this last push that we had was very helpful. We had a huge energetic shift. We had a huge Schumann spike that was out of this world last week. Last week was very helpful. If you feel a little hungover or a little low energy, okay. But while you in that bed, get your crystals. While you're resting, get your oils. Do little things to support yourself as you are transitioning and being open and willing to receive the energy that is around you. Because this energy is just popping out to those who can receive it. As the sun has these solar flares over and over again and are releasing all of this solar DNA activating energy, which is very heavy, if you are in a position to receive it, you have to really fully receive it. You can't fight it and receive it. You're going to have to say, okay, let me go ahead and take this energy in. Yes, it's going to make me tired. Yes, it's going to make me a little out of sorts because it's helping me and it's reforming your whole entire genetic makeup. And if you're ready to receive that, you can consent to it. The waves of energy are going to keep coming in for as many people who are ready to receive it. And if you're not ready right now, you don't have to fight that. If you're not ready to truly release, it's okay. If you need a little bit more time, it's okay. It's not a race. There will be enough energy shifts for everyone to hop on board at their comfort level. And if you're not in a space where you feel comfortable, please don't rush. Please don't rush. You've been attracted to lavender these days, lotions, shower. Yeah, get into it. Those little pleasures that bring you back into your consciousness. For me, I guess it's my Taurus moon because I need to feel things. Things that feel good are very important. So for me, things that smell good are really important. Good lotions, good showers, pampering, bring me back into my body so that I can be conscious. Because we've been doing a whole lot of shifting in our sleep. I swear, these past few nights, my dreams have been even wilder. Last night, I was in this house, and it was a house I was welcoming in these different women. It was all women. And this house just seemed to have more and more rooms. There was a woman there I felt like she was like an aunt. She was like, I was supporting her, but it was just, I just kept welcoming these different women into this beautiful, beautiful estate and helping them find their rooms. And as soon as I thought, oh my God, we have no more rooms, another room would pop up. And it was so funny because she said, okay, now we got to get everybody together so that we can pay for your rent, right? And she handed me this contraption. I'm in this dream, but I'm very awake because I'm very curious as what I'm looking at in here. It's very wild. She handed me this contraption. It was a money printer. She was like, yeah, you got to pay your rent. And so she hands me this contraption that has different bill markings on it, and you just slide a piece of paper and it just prints out what you need. And I was just like, whoa. Okay, this is pretty cool. I swear I want to go back there to find out some more details. There's been a lot of women gatherings in my astral space. Before that, there was like a huge ceremony. There was like this huge ceremony. It was in this huge building. There were so many different levels of women gathering, women coming together, and it was just very odd. And I remember that there was a woman, an older woman, you could tell that she was an elder, and she was gathering some of the younger women, I guess for an initiation or some type of ritual. And she came up to me and she was like, will you be there tonight? I want you to be there tonight. And I'm like, okay. But it felt so real because, a lot of times when you're seeing faces that you've never seen in your dreams, you're not dreaming. I know I'm not dreaming. I know this is astral travel. I know that I'm in another dimension, and I know I'm being shown some things. But there's so much happening around us. We are gathering together in these safe havens and these safe houses and other dimensions, preparing us for the next level. All I know is she definitely did hand me that money printer. Like, it's just normal here, wherever it was that I was. And this house just kept expanding. Every time I thought there was no more room or that I'd seen it all, it just kept expanding. And she was like, okay, yeah, you got to set up your payment. I ended up choosing my room that was like a little apartment. It was really cute, fully furnished, gorgeous, my own sector of the space. And she just hands me this contraption. It's a whole contraption. It was white. And it literally, as you turned it, you can switch it to whichever denomination you wanted to print. I said, oh, we about to move into a new level. And how lovely would that be? That's going to be lovely when we don't have to live by this falsified ass reality of financial responsibility, because it's really not. There's more than enough money for everything that needs to get done on this planet. Period. And that brings me to, I can't remember what book, what text, where this concept came from, but it showed up a lot when it talks about New Earth, and it talks about, our ability to have everything that we need. Like, there is a marketplace. We all can sell, we can all buy, but nothing is out of range. Nothing is gouged. Nothing is in a position to where you can't afford what you need, because we all have needs. Nobody should go without what they need, be it food, be it shelter, be it clothes, be it art, be it, enlightenment. Nobody should go without that. And the idea that it is marginalized and that it is controlled, that was done by the Nebu, the Greys, the Reptilian, their whole clan of controllers. And we no longer have to deal with them. That's another thing too. So as we're watching this shift happen, and if you follow some of the books that are in my Patreon that I just posted today, go follow me on Patreon, guys, because that's where we can really get into some stuff. But I posted 2 new books that I've been reading, and one was about a pilot from Targeta who was Pleiadian, who was detailing the different wars and battles that went on in the past 2 years in the galactic space to support Earth in defeating the Reptilians, the Greys, and the Nebus, and all of those who were really trying to harvest human energy. Right now, and they did some hell of a work. In this guy's book, he's detailing some things that I've already heard other people talking about. I myself during that time kept seeing a lot of war. I would be in my astral realm and I would just see war all the time. I said, oh, they fighting. Oh, it's real. To the point where my gods kicked me out of the astral for a bit to just be like, yo, don't come up here. It's a little crazy. I was seeing these things. So many people who have the ability to channel were seeing these things. And I just enjoy that this book is detailing it a little deeper as to what was going on in that space and time. And one of the things that was going on is, sorry, that was my little timer because I'm not allowed to be on TikTok all day. One of the things was the tribunal for Enlil. How Enlil, who was running all of the 13 families, the Dracos and the Reptilians, this was all his jam. He was the bad Anunnaki, the reptilian brother of Enlil, of Enki, and his tribunal that went down in 2022. And he had to be, sentenced for his sins and taken off this planet. So what we're seeing now is just leftover. We're seeing those who were under the brainwashing of those regimes trying to hold on. They're trying to hold on. Your Illuminatis, your secret societies, they're all trying to hold on to what's already been broken. So now they're just going to do whatever they can to distract us, whatever they can to hold us. They're going to do things like destroy the power plants. They're going to do things like destroy the farming. They're going to do things like, just here in Mexico, we had 3 gas factories blow up over the weekend. 3. They're going to do things like that. They're going to try to mess with the natural resources on the planet because that's what they were trained to do. At this point, they're just brainwashed and they don't know how to turn it off. But the true heads of that regime are no longer here. That's why things feel weird. Their plan to immobilize humanity through that, that shot that they had planned on turning on the satellites to activate the technology that was in those said shots, which was also intercepted. All their plans to really rob humanity of our sovereignty have been intercepted. So now it's up to us to truly be free beings for the first time. And it's a little scary. This planet has not been free for over 1,000 years. Over 1,000 years, this planet hasn't been free. So now we're experiencing freedom for the first time. And it's a little scary. But we get to move through this process knowing that the worst is really behind us. Hey, Shaman Zurich, love you, babe. You know what we be on. Listen, all of these things, Goddess Witch Geek, they're going to do all of these things to try to derail us, but we are definitely stronger. This is their last fight to try to get humanity in the fearmonger grasp. We're not scared anymore. We really aren't scared anymore. It's going to be what it's going to be. And we're releasing that fear. What they really thought they were going to do was keep us in this little fear box. We don't even care anymore. Do whatever you got to do. At this point, how many of us really don't care what happens next? In the sense of, oh my God, all of these, it's going to be what it's going to be. And that's a great power that we transmuted that fear into not just apathy, but we are not afraid. Right. I don't care what y'all do. I'm going to enjoy myself. While I'm here, I'm going to do my best to have a good time because that is the earthly experience. So when you are out of the realm of fear, then what? They ain't got no power if you ain't scared. So don't even feed into these tactics because that's just them trying to pull you back into their web when we are already free. We are free now. There's been so much that has happened for humanity. The fight for humanity has been strong. We've been bear witness to it. And then when you get into the galactic side of what these battles and what these wars were and who's on our side and all of the things, like, listen, we are so loved and we are so supported. We are so loved and we are so supported. Like, it's deep. Because if we don't even know who we are, we don't even know what we made of. And it's like, they like, man, I wish they'd figure out who they was and why they so important. We're very important. Humanity is very important. We are one of the few spaces that have the genetic markers to multitude of galactic races. That's why we look so different. And it's just not activated. We are not free until the Father comes. He's already back, babe. He's already here. The big show is coming, but he's already returned. It's already happening. It depends on what you're able to see. But that same energy that we're hoping to come for us is in us. The same thing that we're hoping to save us is in us. And we're doing a great job at ascending ourselves and saving ourselves and lifting ourselves up, because that was our job. Our job was to raise the vibration. Our job was to hold the portals of light open. That's what our job was. Our job was to consent to the light. What about the mother, honey? Listen, she's going through a deep recovery right now, and I love it. And I think that's why I keep seeing all of these women in these dreams. Like, the rise of the divine feminine is so beautiful. And then we can get back into unison, because all of that separatism was a part of the destructive plot to destroy humanity, to keep us separated from one another, to keep masculine and feminine fighting. But when we come together, that's when the real light happens. And that's how we're moving towards that. That's why you see all of these different psych-ops and these distractions to keep men mad at women and women mad at men, and oh, what the passport bros are doing, and oh, what the gold diggers are doing. All of that is a design to keep us even more distracted and even more separated. That's all that is. But we are in the process of seeing such a beautiful, beautiful awakening of humanity. We've been waking up. And now, you know how you wake up? Like, when you wake up in the morning, you're like, ugh. We about to see life after our first cup of coffee. Because I don't really see nothing except after my first cup of coffee in the morning. It's one thing to wake up. It's one thing to have your first cup of coffee. And I really feel like we are moving into a space where we about to get that first sip of, oh, clarity. Oh, these things make sense. Oh my God, I understand. I see that even though a lot of people feel like they're not doing enough. A lot of people feel like they're not doing enough. I beat up on myself about that all the time. I'm not doing enough. I need to be doing more. When you really see how much work you've been putting in the astral realms, with your energetic power, with your mental power, with your love, with your forgiveness, with your healing, when you see how much work that actually was, you'll be so proud. You'll be so proud. Like, we have the right to be proud of ourselves, because just look at how much we have grown since the pandemic, since that started. Think about who you were in 2019 to who you are now in 2023. You're leaps and bounds different. Growth, ascended. You've learned so much. Be proud of that. And 2023, this is a very big integration portal. And I just want to encourage you to rest. I want to encourage you to take your time. I want to encourage you to be gentle with yourself. A lot of us are a little weary, especially those of us who are holding the line and being the healers. We tired. Okay, we need our margarita on the beach. We need our toes rubbed. We tired, and you need to give yourself permission to be tired instead of beating yourself up for being exhausted. You know, that's an energy I'm seeing a lot of people are having, because they don't feel like they have the same virility that they did, you know, a couple of years ago. And they're just, no, you tired. Shit, I'm tired too, girl. It's okay to rest. It's okay to integrate. It's okay to really take in all of these DNA activations, all of this energy healing that's been coming to us. It's okay to take that in. You don't have to beat yourself up about it. When you get scared and you're like, well, I can't rest because I have so much to do, go to your altar and talk to your team and ask them to intercede for you. They know how much work you've been doing. Go ask them to help you. You got some bills you need to worry about, go ask your team. Go ask them to intercede. Ask for help. Because that veil is thin. That team can pull up even stronger than they ever have. So all you got to do is ask. All you got to do is ask. And I'm telling you, you made it this far. We still here. So there's more to be had. Right? Sleep. We tired. And the reason why a lot of us are sleeping a lot is because we're doing a lot in other realms. My sleep I be waking up tired with these vivid recounts of some wild different realm and world that I don't know nothing about. I need a nap after I sleep. And a lot of you do too. Whether you are in actual memory of it or not, whether you are able to recount what you're experiencing or not, because this is Pisces season, so all of that big dreamy energy is happening. That's where a lot of the messages are being given to you. The work that you're doing in other realms, because with timelines, see, we're just on one timeline right now, but we exist on multiple timelines simultaneously. You might be checking in on another timeline that is preparing you to shift to that timeline. There are so many things happening. The highway is real wild and open, and if you need some time to rest, please give yourself that. Like, do not beat yourself up. It's hard not to, though. I have to be reminded all the time that it's okay. The fact that I don't care about money right now, I just don't care. I'm really turned off by the whole system, but I still need to make it. So I'm just like, how do I bridge a gap, right? Spirit will take care of that. Start allowing Spirit to take care of more stuff, because you've done enough. You've done a lot. We all have collectively. We've done a lot. He was like, I must got a job. Listen, I swear I be clocking in. As soon as I pass out, I feel like I done clocked into another job and another reality. Last night, I was welcoming women to a safe haven in another dimension where we print our own money. And it's full of endless rooms, but it still felt homey. It didn't feel like it was wide and big. It still felt homey, it still felt comfortable, but it was just endless space. Very interesting. So give yourself some grace. We all got to give ourselves a little grace, and give other people grace too. Give other people grace. Those reality shifts are hard on relationships. Because it's endless. It's endless. It's endless. There's really no lack. That was an illusion. And once we start drinking that cup of coffee in this new awakening, and we start to wake up and look around, we're like, oh shit. So that's the vibe I'm on. That's the vibe I'm on. I'm happy to share some of this good energy with you. And yeah, y'all know what it is. Join me on Patreon. I did 2 new posts today just to, give a little insight on some things. New Earth, baby. New Earth is here. We really transitioning. Oh, welcome, Candace. Welcome. Hey, Kenya, baby. Good to see you. Listen, when that great solar flash hit, this is what I was talking about earlier, and you guys might have missed it. So I'm gonna recant myself, and I'm gonna say it's once more, because this is what I was doing yesterday when I was getting deep into this chart, the Great Awakening map. If anybody's ever seen this, and I was looking into just rereading about the Great Solar Flash, because we are in this with all of these solar flares. The Great Solar Flash is to happen between 2019 to 2023 to 2024. This map is humongous. It shows so many things that are guiding us to our awakening. You see this? Ooh. All of these are different aspects of our awakening. All of it. All of it. From what was going on the moon, from what was going on in Mars, to the secret space programs, to shamanic awakening, to the use of psilocybin and DMT to awaken the masses, to channeling, to star seeds. Like it's deep. It's deep. I'm going to put up a copy of this in my Patreon so y'all can check that out, and we can have some discussions about all of the many different areas that are on this map, because it's wild. It is wild. But just getting into the solar aspect of it, what we're going through with the sun, which is right now. The sun, the Great Solar Flash, preparing for solar flashes. Survivors of the Great Solar Flash will depend on their spiritual and mental states. The sun, which is the cosmic web, which is a stargate portal, which is a conscious living being, which is creating flashes to support Earth's ascension. And the Great One, The great solar flash, which we are building up to, that one's gonna be wild. I'm excited for that one. I feel like that's gonna be that big flash that really catapults us into the new timeline or new dimension that we're assigned to become a part of. What is that this map found? You can look up the Great Awakening map. I discovered this, I want to say in 2020. And baby, it gets into it. It gets into it. I might do a series on it because a lot of these things we're seeing come into frequency now. But this map is old, and it was already talking about these things. You know what? I'll just let y'all take a second, and really, it's deep. It is deep. It is deep. It goes into the galactics. It goes into the Luciferians and what they've been doing. It goes into the solar flash. It goes into a lot of different things. I think it's a great place to take a moment to tap into, because it's pretty dope. And this is old. This has been around for a minute. It's too small. Yeah, I'll give you the real one. I'll give you the actual one in Patreon. Listen, it be right. The information is there, man. A part of the trick is they gotta tell us. Like, you can't just do these things. You have to tell us. And they put it, and they have trained us so much that they could tell us anything, and we still won't believe it. They tell it right to your face, hey, we trying to enslave you and all of humanity and your children and your seeds, and y'all gonna be okay with it. And we just so trained to be like, okay, no, we're not on that. We've woken up now. We're taking our first sip of coffee into this new awakening. You know you need time to acclimate. You know you do. I mean, I really think only crazy people wake up first thing in the morning and don't need no time to get themselves together. Because we just woke up and we need some time to really get it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to rise gently. We've been laughing at our own destruction. We think it's funny. But we doing so much better, y'all. We are. And I just, I'm grateful to still be here. I be confused sometimes, just like y'all, especially when you really process all of this information and your brain is on hyperdrive and you're realizing all of these new truths, and you're just like, what the fuck is this? It gets a little shock factor sometimes, but we are strong enough to move past that. Baby, about to start working?
No, go ahead, baby.
Okay, let me know so I can get off of here when you're ready.
I just moved my thing to work him.
I shave, Roy. Because we
I want you to finish working, baby.
Okay.
I'm gonna want you to finish working.
No.
Yes.
You okay? I gotta go, y'all. My baby gotta work, and we are utilizing this time to acclimate to our cohabitation, and she has to work, and this is a part of my work. So I'll see y'all again soon, but definitely follow me on Patreon. I definitely want to spend more time adding things in there. I just added 2 new books that I want to start discussing. I'd like to create a little community where we can kind of tap in, talk to each other, get some details on some things. I want you to have a wonderful week. I want you to love on yourself a little gently. God is with you, geek. You can hit me up, girl, because you've been on my mind. You must have been sending out the beacon. Help. I felt it. Kenya Baby, wishing you a wonderful day. Mary Vellis, wishing you a wonderful day. Candace, wishing you a wonderful day. Empyrean Wellness, wishing you a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being on this wild journey No, not you, Mary Bellis. This is Goddess Wishy. She been popping up on my radar. So Dora, have a great day. Go check out some of those new books that I put in Patreon. I know that there used to be a spot where you could get free books. My books I get on Kindle Unlimited, which is only like $9.99 a month, but it gives me access to all the books. But those are some books I think y'all should get into. Have a beautiful day, guys. Do something nice for yourself. Do something kind for yourself. You got some free PDFs, Kenya? Can you hit me up in my DMs on Instagram? I thought about you too recently. I got some questions for you. Yeah, text me in a bit, girl. You've been on my brain. I'm like, is she good? I saw Javi. Goddess Witchy Geek. I saw Javi. He came over to give me an adjustment last week, and he asked about you. He asked about you. So, yes. Well, y'all, I wish y'all a great day. I love you. Talk to you soon.